You're pretty when I'm drunk.
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 And I'm pretty fucking drunk.
Guys, how's it going? Sunday. Okay, so I made an attempt. Today. Yesterday I could not get out to the deer shack and do a little shooting because it was one thing after another, and I'm figured, oh, I'll just go tomorrow. Well, the temperature difference between today and yesterday is that it's 44 degrees colder. So I grabbed I wanted to shoot Project Overkill, my 22 long rifle, and I wanted to know that the giveaway AR was going to run, because you just don't want to send something that's not functional to somebody. Well, right off the bat, it was a single shot, and I know that the gas block and the tube are good to go. I mean, I blew it, so we know that was good. And so I started thinking, the only thing I could think of is overdoing it and on the buffer. But before I did that, I tried changing out the mag, because the mag that I was using was that brand new P mag, the one with the bloody handprint. And as soon as I took that mag out of there, the rifle functioned fine. I had a couple of issues, but it was with the ammo. And anybody that was here for the shoot this year, NIHAP, got a really good deal on some 5.56, and every single one of them had a deep red ring around the primer. And every single time there was a major malfunction, it was always with that ammo. And when I was up at the shack, I shot a bunch of steel case crap, a bunch of my brother-in-law's reloads, and as soon as I grabbed, there was like a mag and a half with them stupid ass red primer ones. That's when it would fail. So I think everything's okay. The one thing I did change is I showed you guys being able to use a carbine length spring and a carbine buffer in an A2 or A1 setup by using a spacer. But the giveaway gun has a David Tubbs spring in there, and David Tubbs actually says that you can use that spring in an A1, A2 or a carbine length setup. So I figured maybe what was happening is as the bolt was coming back, it was either unable to get completely out of the way, or it was just too much, and it was actually putting the bolt carrier back into battery before it was able to pick up a round. Basically it was like short stroking it. So when I removed this, I didn't have any issues other than what I believe is ammo related, and not to mention it was negative 15 degrees plus the wind chill, so I don't know if that played a factor or not. I brought it home and got it all clean and spiffy and everything ready. So if I get the opportunity, I'll probably give her another try. So the whole goal was to put up a video probably tomorrow and give everybody 2 weeks to get your VRs in, and then it's going to be closed, and we're gonna pick a winner. So other than that, I want to say thank you to Tardisius. Sent a Spyderco. It's the Mannix 2 in blue. But wait, there's a note. I hope you like the Spyderco. You need a little boost to your knife collection. Oh, and thanks again for the Beetle Zippo. Well, yeah, you're the Zippo guy. I mean, figured it had a good home. That's all that really mattered to me. I'm cool like him. Okay, so it's got a good weight to it as far as like an EDC. And unlike I don't own or have owned a knife that has the unlocking mechanism. Just pull back and it'll unlock, or if you want to really be cool, you can pull back and do one of those. And like all Spydercos, it's shavable sharp. So, what does that say? Golden, Colorado, USA, Earth. Spyderco. Yeah, I'm not a technical knife guy. I just know when I find you know, knives that I really like, and I've been really trying to use all the knives I have. There's a couple. I've got a couple that will probably never see use, just because they seem to border more on pieces of art than knives. So, Tardisius, thank you very much. This will get used. The Kershaw Cyclone that you sent gets used. That is a work EDC. My only complaint about that knife is I'm not sure what kind of steel it's made out of, but it holds an edge. It holds an edge a long time, but good luck getting an edge on it. It's a bugger to get it. I can never get that as sharp as I can anything else, but it takes it for a long time, and I am not gentle on that knife at all. That I mean, I am honestly surprised I haven't broken it. It has been used, like last time I was using it to cut styrofoam insulation that we were doing for around the outside of a foundation, and between the nasty ass adhesive and the mud and everything being down in the pit, I felt terrible about how that knife looked by the end of that day. But got her all cleaned up and said it gets used all the time. Hey, what you're doing? Let's see, what are we looking at today? What we're looking at is Paul Hasman 440 is way ahead of me on the alcohol count, and don't worry, I got things. Speaking of Tardisius, I constantly say he actually is credited as giving me my first Glock. And I constantly forget that it is honestly one of the coolest openers I have. Audible Ale from Red Hook. Uh, 4.7% by volume. And I'm just guessing this one might need a little bit of help, so we're going to put it in the flavor enhancing glass that Matt over at Rise Arms gave me. Rest in peace, my friend. This one sucks. This is my fault. I was over. It was over at the Super One Liquor, and what? Sorry, I instantly. Not that I constantly, think of sexual things all day long, or at least beyond the typical male average, but I'm not even kidding. If you look on a map and you follow the north shore of Lake Superior, it'll go Duluth, Two Harbors, and then Beaver Bay. And there actually is the liquor store in Beaver Bay is Beaver Liquors. why anything comes in my brain the way that it does. Okay, well, it has kind of actually almost a yellowish, not totally clear. Didn't go crazy on the pour. There's a decent amount of carbonation. Honestly, it really has no smell at all, which is probably better. Like maybe, see, I'm a beer guy, but my friend Greg is a woman guy. You know, excessive. You know, there's what most of us deal with, and then him. You know, because he's just that good. But he always tells me about the halfway test. You know, if you're halfway down there, and it's, never mind. I'm just, honestly, Paul, I've only had a couple. I have only had a couple, but it's nice to be home, and it was not. At one point in time, I seriously had to abandon the shooting and jump in the car and just warm up. Which this camera, thanks again for failing me. It was so cold that this was fully charged, and then I disconnected the charger and plugged it back in just to like show it I was serious about this. And it wasn't blinking. It was saying it was fully charged. I fired it up. It said that it had 85 minutes of record time. I pulled it out. Leave that with you for a moment to sink in. And fired it up to show the initial shots of the giveaway AR. And I want to say I got about 3.5, 4 minutes of material. Shut down, and I couldn't even get it to come on. Not a lot of times when the battery is like dead, and I mean dead, you can press the power button, it'll come on, and it'll say battery, and then it'll shut back off. Wouldn't do anything at all. So I went from 85, 90 minutes of record time down to 3.5 or 4 minutes out there. And the sad thing is most of that is illustrating that I was having problems, the bad mag, and then the shitty ammo. And then when I switched to a good mag and a bunch of my brother-in-law's stuff, I did like two mag dumps in a row. But you will never see any of that. Yeah, it doesn't even smell like beer. It's scary. Okay, so cheers, guys. As strange as this sounds, at least a third of the way up to the hunting shack, which is in the middle of effing nowhere. Everybody gives me shit that we're going to Canada when we leave here and go there. 45 minutes north of the house, in an undisclosed location, where we have secret caches of blow-up dolls and ammunition. Now I've completely lost my train of thought of what I was about to say right there. Oh, third of the trip up there, there is no cellular coverage, but you actually get to the shack, and it was like, you want to look around and wonder where the hell the antenna is, because I was actually video chatting with Alex357. He was actually on board watching the initial shots from the trunk area, and I probably actually should have done what I said, and that was folded down the seats, laid out a blanket, and actually shot from inside the vehicle. Oh, Washington, D.C. style. Right up front, a light bitterness, followed by almost a bread-like sweetness. And then just that goes right to the end. Is it good? It's drinkable. Would I ever get it again? Probably not. Going back to there's so many great options. Why, Life is short. Why drink shitty beer? If I walked in, they had a whole bunch of this on sale, like domestic beer. Yeah, there's a lot of things that at the same price that I would pick this up for. That initial, just kind of a little bit of a bitterness shot you get at the beginning isn't enough to make it be a deal breaker, but no, not really. And then you get a little bit of a sweetness. Like I said, I'm not really like a candy or a corn or even a sugar like sweetness. Just a subtle sweetness, and it rolls right into a bread or a biscuit, and that's what it leaves you with. It's kind of a, by the time it's where it is right now, a little dry, a little bitter, a little sweet bread. Let's put it this way, I've reviewed a lot of shit that was a lot worse than this. It's like anything that fucking Jim sends. And please, this is a competition that I do not have any desire to be part of. Between NIHAP and Jim going out of their way to, well, actually, I don't think, no, I know Jim didn't go out of his way. He just kind of the same thing that Heffy had. I don't know if it's visible or not. And I can save it because I really like the bottle. The Hopperation. It's got a military plane on there dropping hops. Yeah, the label was a lot better than the beer inside. And that's sort of like that holy grail shit that Jim bought. Yeah, this is like one of those things where the more I'm drinking it, the more it's not growing on me. E-scale. I'm lazy and I don't really feel like it. Trying to figure out where the E-scale is. Audible Ale from Red Hook. 4.7% by volume. This is a crushable ale brewed in collaboration with Dan Patrick. Obviously, Dan Patrick knows shit about beer. On the E-scale, I'm going to give this a nice solid 5. So last night I was making pineapple juice and orange juice and well, like 50-50 vodka and juice. And personally, I thought I had a great idea, and I don't think it was alcohol induced, because I still back up my idea. You know, when you buy pineapple juice, unless you're in a weird area, I cannot get pineapple juice other than Dole pineapple juice in the tin can. And once you've opened it, I don't like to leave juice. I will not put that can in the refrigerator. It's like, I just can't do it. So I got to pour the pineapple juice out of the tin can and put it in some plastic or a pitcher or something, preferably some kind of a container, because pineapple juice separates so easily. So I finished off the container of orange juice while making my mixed drinks, and I had the orange juice container. I'm like, this would be perfect, because the time before I used a grape juice container, which made the pineapple juice look a little nasty for a little while. So I figured this, but I'm a guy, I'm lazy. Pineapple juice, a little bit of orange juice, close on damn enough. So I just put the empty container back in the refrigerator, knowing today when Christine went to go make some smoothies, my birthday present last year from the girls was a one of those Ninja blenders, which is great because I've been wanting to do more natural stuff. I've been getting a huge push from Nihap's wife, who coincidentally actually sent me an email today, just checking in on me. I appreciate it. You know, I've been doing the health stuff that she sent me. Yeah, one of those breakfast shakes in the morning, and that's all that I'll have till lunch. So it is nice to find stuff to eliminate a said meal. But it's cool, you know, she's, you know, like Mama Bear, you know, checking in, make sure that I'm okay, and sent an email, and, you know, I sent her back saying, you know, yeah, I've been doing better, you know, trying to get back into the work thing. I'm a little ahead of what the doctor ordered, but the doctor also didn't volunteer to pay my bills, so, you know, I pretty much don't have a choice. But yeah, so the blender, I wanted to actually start finding recipes of stuff I can actually make that aren't just fruit related stuff, you know, more vegetable drinks and that kind of thing. But she's making some really good fruit smoothies and bought some pineapple juice. So this morning I get the, who in the hell put an empty orange juice container back in the fridge? Was that you? I mean, how many drinks did you have last night? I'm like, it's for the pineapple juice. Okay, as a huge surprise for you guys. Not like I'm gonna actually enjoy it or anything like that. I had 2 of the 3. So that's like a 2-fer or a 3-fer, depending on how you want to look at it. Gary, you bitch, he drank all, I mean, he bought the 3 6-packs, so I guess he can do what he wants with them. But he bought Angry Orchard Hard Cider Crisp Apple, 5% by volume. And yes, I do really like their logos. Oh, and nutritional information. Who gives a shit? He bought a 6-pack of that. And as far as beer goes, just be warned, if you like Shock Top, you personally are a freak. But he bought this Honey Crisp Apple Wheat, which I tried to warn him against. This one I think is also a 5%er. 5.2% on this guy. And the third 6er that he bought was Red's Strawberry, which, that was very good. Obviously so good that there was none left over. The one that there was the most left over was the Shock Top, Shocking. But I just thought, you know, let's just give a little side-by-side comparison. And since Tardisius has already been flipping the bill on opening, Angry Orchard, nothing special up there. Well, I guess it is. It says Angry Orchard. Got the old M16 on the job. Makes this so simple. Right into the acid container. I understand that these can actually be used as knives also. And we got the Shock Top. You know, you could just stick around. You know, we could just keep going through the refrigerator, and this would turn into the Drunken Brew Review. It's so easy for you guys to get together against me and decide that what you want is you want me to get shit-faced prior to coming down here and turning the camera on and then doing a review. I don't know exactly what it is that a review probably really doesn't matter, and probably nobody cares. Especially Chuck. Okay. Just gonna pour these out. Surprise, surprise. This one looks like apple juice. And for the record, it's not here to be compared, but the original Red's apple cider, I personally believe that you could pour that out of a Red's bottle into some kind of a plastic container, take it to work with you, have somebody question that you're drinking alcohol, say, fine, have a sip. They'd be like, no, there's no alcohol in there. So if you really want to drink at work, my recommendation is Red's apple cider, because you can just tell them it's apple cider. Or if you want to be sneaky, probably vodka is your friend. I could tell you a story about a loan agent. I probably just will tell you the story of a loan agent. And now that looks a lot more like beer. It is cloudy. Kind of looks like Wanda Birdman's urine, except for there's not enough chunks floating around. So he pops in on like one video and says, yeah, I'm still alive. I texted you and I didn't get anything back, so I don't know if you got a different phone or what, bastard. But I'm hoping the reason, I mean, obviously he's still alive, but I'm hoping the reason he's been away from YouTube is because the band stuff is just taken off and he's really busy, as opposed to he's laying in his living room naked right now with a bottle of peanut butter laying next to him and a whiskey bottle on the other side. And the dog looks spent. So I had this, one of the houses that I bought, his name was Nick. I won't give him last name for obvious reasons. See, one looks like a urine sample, and the other one looks like a urine sample. Okay, let's start with the Angry Orchard. Nick draws up all the paperwork and slides the thing across the table, and I look at what my monthly payment would be for the house, and I'm like, well, shit, that's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And he's like, oh, fuck, I forgot to put the taxes in there. So I'm like, oh, shit, I'm going to need a drink. And he goes, hold that thought. Gets up, walks past me, goes out to his vehicle. I see him open the door, leans under the seat, and carries in a paper bag with a half-drank vodka bottle, 750 milliliter bottle, and goes to the little apartment refrigerator that he had in his little cubicle and pulls out, I don't even know what the hell it was, some sort of juice, and put 2 big glasses down on his desk and poured quarter of a bottle of vodka in one and a quarter of a bottle of vodka in the other, and now the half a bottle of vodka is empty. And then like did like this little splash of juice on the top. Nick had a problem. Nick had a big time problem. Okay, Angry Orchard. I have had at least 2 other things from them, and I actually really liked them. I think one was their original, and the other one was a Granny Smith. I really like the fact that they are if you're a drinker, you might notice the 5% in this one. If you're not, maybe not. New parents, you might want to consider it. I'm just kidding. That's not even funny. Well, if you were a parent, then it's funny now, but it wouldn't actually be funny to do. Of course, I am from the generation, with a lot of you are, that my mother used brandy for teething, because there wasn't such a thing as Ambisol then. And, I mean, Ambisol's got alcohol in it. I mean, she didn't put it in the damn bottle. She just put it on her finger and rubbed it on my gums, okay? Back the fuck off. It's sweet. It's definitely more like juice. The crisp does have a little crispness to it. Not Christmas. Crispness to it. That the original one that I had in the Granny Smith, the green apple one, I didn't. This one just a little bit more edgy, but it has a nice sweetness to it, and definitely, I don't think you could. I mean, you could probably put this in a juice box and get away with it. I don't know. The alcohol isn't really obvious, and it is 5%. Now, on to the shock top. Looks like It looks like some kind of a diseased liver discharge in a glass. It actually, and I didn't really smell that one, did I? Just to be fair, this one actually has more of a candy-ish apple smell to it, but the taste is a lot more natural, where this one actually kind of smells like you took a bunch of fresh apples and peeled them, and that's kind of what it does. It actually has of the smells, it has a better smell. Taste-wise, let's do this. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I helped Gary drink these. I just didn't really. I had one of these that night because I didn't really like it, which is where we are right now. It is really dry. Maybe that's an understatement. It's very light. It's very without flavor. It's like you took one of those and diluted it like 50% with water or something. It's just it has a carbonation to it, but it has literally shit for flavor. It is flavorless. Again, this one is 5.2% by volume, so it's supposed to have more alcohol. Again, these products really bury that alcohol in there. But don't particularly care for the flavor. It starts off with a hint of being going to be apple, and it's going to be good, but then it is completely void of any sweetness or really any character beyond that. It honestly gets to the point where the only reason I'm going to finish this is it's 5.2% by volume, and I could go for a good, before dinner buzz. Now where are we at? How many people have left? 30 minutes. Good God. Good God, Jim. So in a head-to-head competition, Angry Orchard kicks Shock Top's ass. This, just like their beer, mostly made out of butt water. Angry Orchard, this is much better. I don't know. I did some brew reviews from down there when one of the last big sprinkler projects, like 990 something sprinkler heads in a school, and so I pretty much go down and stay down for the week, and me and alcohol in a hotel room. And I have to say that I kind of switched back and forth. Well, of course, it was always like a 6-pack of some. Of course, they had crap beer. I couldn't find anything worth talking. New Glarus. I'm sorry if you're from Wisconsin, but if that's the best that Wisconsin can offer. But switching between the original and the green apple, Angry Orchard, and the reds, it was kind of like the reds was more like pure, like just apple cider, where the Angry Orchard added a little something, but it wasn't something that I could just drink, a 6-pack every single night, even though I gave it my best shot. Okay, well, I got a couple of these to finish. I don't know when I'm going to get a chance to talk about it over on the ebomey side. Maybe within a week or two, but I'm not sure how long they're on sale, so I'm going to point this out now to anybody that's still here. One of the big trends right now is on your grips, AR grips. the SBRs and the pistols, you know, by the way you hold them, you're holding them in closer, and it naturally puts your wrist more in a forward position and less in a back position if you were to be firing a rifle. And if that's something that you guys are looking for, BCM has introduced a new line of grips. They have Mod 1. I don't remember what that one was. They have the Mod 2, which this one is. The Mod 2 comes with different size back straps and front, so that you can have it tucked up into the trigger well or not. And the back has like a 1, 2, or a 3. I think, and I don't know if he ever watches them over here, but someone like Jeff over at Gunwild 1, I think would really like one of these, because they are a narrower grip, but they have a little bit more girth to them than some, but they have a much more forward position. There's some videos out there, and I don't remember who did it, but they really showed the illustration by laying them on top of each other, mounted, so that you could see that you know, you take like your typical the A2 setup and how far it's right back, and then the Myod comes forward a little bit, and then this comes forward even more. So, and we're looking at you know, I think they start at like $18. So if you have a pistol, or you just want to get more of a forward position on your grip, I picked up this one, which I'm not sure if it's going to go on Project Winter Sniper, but I picked up one in the Flat Dark Earth that went on the pistol for the exact same reason. I didn't want that sniper rifle pushed back. I wanted it more straightforward for something that you're going to use right in front of you. So just pointing that out. If you're in the market and you're looking for something, I'm really, especially for the price, BCM, the Gunfighter Grip series. Just do a search. I'm not going to put it in the description box if you can't figure it out. Okay. Tomorrow, Monday. Oh, you just kind of makes me want to just reach in and just... It's Monday, and I'll probably need it. A bigger beer. Hop Freak. It says it's a local flavor. Where's local? Local around here, or local around you? Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Milwaukee doesn't know shit about making beer either. Whoop, that come out loud? Fuck. Okay. Hop Freak. Yeah, I bought it because of the way the can looked. And it was recommended by the manager at Super One, so if this sucks, I'm just going to go back and gut punch him. You know, I'm just going to, hey, do you got the time? Bitch. A double IPA, born big and bitter. Find a glass, pour a beer, cheers. Alcohol percentage. I'm not seeing an alcohol percentage on this, but... Nope, wasting time. Dead air. Yeah, I don't see an alcohol percentage on this, so this is what we're going to look at tomorrow. Kind of looks like Chuck, actually. Look at the similarities there. Except for the, you know, the big part. Okay, guys. You know, I always just never remember that opener, which also, I guess, works like a knife. So, guessing that's a Guinness. I think she's overdressed. So, you guys have a safe safe rest of your Sunday. Of course, by the time you see this, either you were safe or you weren't, and it's just too late to do anything about it. Otherwise, we will see you tomorrow. And again, big thank you to Tardisius for another knife that will get used. So, thank you, my friend. Cheers, everybody. And remember, drink at home or make your daughter drive. That's what I do.